sitting out in our frog hotels. So we're going to go and have a look at see who's there and who wants to actually start talking, because they've been quite vocal lately. I don't think I can switch this, or maybe I can. Yes, thank you. I couldn't switch that around before. Okay, so we've got one little guy in here. There's a couple in that one down there, but they're a little bit shy. I wanted to try and get them out of there, but you don't really want to force them. Now there's one, a big girl in here, where she's just ducked down inside the pipe. But that's her pipe, that's where she likes to be. So we've got another one up here, and just wanted to kind of survey the wall. And there was another one kind of sitting near the light and trying to get some grub. So they are starting to eat, but it's kind of taken them a while to get back in the swing of things. So I think what it is, I think it's largely temperature controlled, because they want to stay in the pipes because there's still some wet in there. And what we've got right now, got the fountains going down. I heard someone inside the pipe there, going plop. While the fountains are going, the water's kind of moving around and they're happy enough. So it doesn't really matter if the water's moving or the pump's on or off, but they seem to like being inside the water. Now, I'm no thermodynamics type of person, but I'm thinking it's because the warmer environment is in the water and not in the air. Now, while it's got a nice warm type of night, what happens is you will have most of the frogs outside the pipes looking around for some food. But as it is right now, we don't really have that, because it's still probably about 15 degrees C out here, or about something like about just under 60 Fahrenheit freedom units. But when you get later on in the night and they all start to go to bed, and it's probably about 12 degrees or about 54 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, they like to be out and about when it's warm, and right now it really isn't that type of night. So it was a little bit earlier on when we had some warm northerly winds, but now it isn't. So I just noticed we've got a couple other visitors down here inside the bin hotel. So that dark one at the back there, you can actually see it's that one likes to be there quite a lot. Now I don't have names for them because they're not pets. They're just the frogs that I kind of inherited when I moved here. So there's another larger green one in front of him, and I think that's a female as well. I'm not sure, but I do know that there is a male somewhere inside one of these pipes. I'm not sure which one. I think it's that one. And every time I talk around here, he's a little bit shy right now, but when I start talking, he feels the need to perk up and kind of have a rebuttal and yeah, start getting a bit of a talk, a bit of a swagger going on. Anyway, so yeah, brand new sign, and we won't have any type of critters going in behind there, because it's been, as you can see, infilled with a bit of wood and some aquarium silicon, and the same underneath as well. So that's all been taken care of. But it was actually rather appropriate, as you'll see on one of my posts on the YouTube channel, in the community tab or the posts tab, whatever it is. There is a frog thing there with frog actually sitting right there on the FR of frog, and yeah, he was parked there all right. He wasn't getting off there anytime soon either. Anyway, so that is it for the intro. Now, as far as these guys go, I'm not sure if they're actually going to come out or not. Now, this is one of the little caveats with this type of live stream. So basically what I have right here right now, it's pretty dark. Tomorrow will be the first day of daylight saving, funnily enough, and it will probably be sunset about this time. So right now, though, have to walk under the PIR to get the light to come on. But I do have an external light here to kind of draw some extra bugs in, so they can, so the frogs can get a little bit more grub if they want it. But other than that, there's there's not much else going on around here. I mean, I usually find a couple of stray frogs, and there aren't any right now, but there's my little friend. How you doing? So if anyone's wondering about the plants inside these planters here, which is quite fitting actually, the plants are canna lilies. Now that is a salmon canna lily, which has been replanted, same as this one over here, and they have yet to shoot. Sorry, they're not yet sprouting any flowers, but the ones over here, these ones are cocoa canna lilies, and they of course shoot the red blooms, which is quite a contrast, and it's very nice. So yeah, just trying to think what else needs to be said. Welcome also to the people that will be watching, no doubt later on, from international parts like America, and a big shout out to our friend Bear Clan Man 1970. That's Dwayne. Thanks for the good conversations and the good vibes, and always appreciate your support, mate. So yeah, basically what's happening here, I changed out all the water. I actually did a bit of a partial flush, and that's why it's fairly clear down there. There's not much else going on down here. Like after you've cleaned out all the murk, the red milfoil takes care of all the what do you call it? All the algae, and they kind of clean up the water because they're battling the algae for nutrients, and the algae kind of starves and it goes away. Well, that's the plan anyway. So yeah, down here we've still got our friends down there. Welcome, folks. Feel free to drop a comment or just get chatting in the chat bar if you want to say hello. I'll respond. So okay. So as I mentioned before, it's actually getting dark out here, but we do have it's not quite a full moon, but it's getting that way. It's probably about 70%, but it won't provide that much light tonight. But what we got here instead, we've got the lights that I put up last year, which are doing a fantastic job. We've got a little sensor light up here as well, and that kind of, I think it stays on for as long as someone's actually moving under it. It's not that bright, not as bright as these, but down here, yeah, it's enough for the frogs to actually start eating stuff. And we're looking for some big black bugs for the frogs to start munching on. They are around, but they're around in the warmer conditions, and it's not really that warm tonight. So anyway, I'll put the camera down, just down here a bit. Have to reposition that a bit more. Okay, and that's sitting there nice, I think. All right, so what are we at now? We're at 9 minutes something. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll leave these guys be. What I'll do, just in the meantime, get rid of a dead leaf. And you can now see a frog there. There we go. Alright, so what I'll do, I'll leave this running, and the light will probably dim a little bit, but we've still got the supplemental light sitting down here, and the light's coming from the fountains as well. So what I'm going to do is go around and see if I can find some more frogs. I know they kind of live out the front of the house. This is the back, and sometimes they need a bit of coercion to come around here. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so here I found one sitting around the front. This little guy, he's only about probably a year, maybe two old, and yeah, he's looking for a way down right now because I think he wants to go back to where he came from, but it was actually round in one of the downpipes, and that's not where we want them. So the whole idea of making these frog hotels in the first place was to actually make them so they could congregate in one place and not be kind of annoying to everyone living in the house. So basically that's, yeah, before we get anyone saying you shouldn't be handling frogs with your bare hands, I did wash my hands before I come out here, so they are very clean. So, and these guys have never had an issue with me picking them up. They're very tame, very placid, and yeah. Basically this guy, if he wants to, right now I think he may even jump straight over. He's looking at it pretty hard. Go on. Oh mate, go on. You can do it. No? No, he doesn't want to go. Come on, there you go, mate. There you go. So yeah, most of the frogs that have been living in here are kind of resident frogs. There he goes, into the water. They're resident frogs. They're not really transients like what I used to get. Basically what happens is you'll get peak times of the year, like when it's really warm, like what we're coming into right now, and the transient frogs will come in, and basically what they'll do is to find, well, other frogs to hang out with. They're fairly social. Perhaps mate with them. That's kind of why we've got the water in the planters right now, so that I can kind of give them a place to breed if they want to. Less so for the bin hotel because, as you can see over here, we've got not all that much water. We've got more rockery over here. Now, like I said before, I don't know if I've actually mentioned this in any of my recent videos, but that has to be rebuilt again. So what happened is on the rebuild, I actually put down a sand layer at the bottom, which has kind of muddied the waters, literally, not just figuratively. Not figuratively. So what I've done is to kind of make more of a redesign of like how it's supposed to be. So what I'm going to do is take the tape off the bottom there, take out everything inside there, the plants, the pipes, the rocks, anything that needs to be kind of removed, including the sand, and then kind of throw it, yeah, not quite in the bin, but it needs to be kind of redesigned to suit. So what I'm going to do is have the two pipes at the back there, oh sorry, in line at the centre. They're going to be facing the back, and the rockery there's our little friend over here, just over there. He just comes straight out of the water. The rockery is going to be more at the front, not the back, so that's where I kind of want them to hang out. The pipes are going to be at the back of the hotel, and the plants are going to be either side of the pipes. So it needs a kind of a redesign, but the sand that's inside right now has to go. So yeah, yeah, like I was saying, the transient frogs will come by. They'll come from just about anywhere around the neighbourhood, and they'll put on a bit of a display, croak away, and yeah, it depends on the weather and the general feel of the day as to what they're going to be doing. But yeah, they will kind of intermingle with the rest of the frogs that are kind of residents here. The ones that are resident, I'm thinking it's probably up to about a dozen of them, I think. And I've never claimed ownership of them, not once. They're not pets. They're wild animals. So what I wanted to do was to just kind of give them a place that is not kind of a wet area that's around the rest of the house, like drainage or what do you call it, the water tanks or anything like that. I wanted to kind of give them a place to hang out and to kind of give them a habitat where they can all be frogs. So yeah, basically that's what I've endeavoured to do since about, what is it now? Oh geez, late 22, I think early 23. So yeah, it's been a few years now. But yeah, this is the kind of path that I've kind of put myself on. And yeah, YouTube saw fit to allow me to monetize this kind of thing, and yeah, here we are, a couple of years later, and actually just more than a year now, they monetized, and yeah, the stuff that these planters are actually sitting on. If I can just point down here, those bricks down there, they are only a temporary type of thing. Now, what I'm going to do, on top of kind of rebuilding, or actually taking out the pipes and reseating them on some proper bricks instead of these ones over here, which are actually properly done. The one at the far end over here, that one will have to be redone again. So here's our little mate over here, just on the front, on the pipe. So as you can see, there is a fair bit of work to be done. That's not over yet, as much as I kind of wish it were. It's there's always kind of something to do. I know the frogs really couldn't give a toss about where they lived, how they lived, and who they lived with. Sometimes, you know, it's all us humans that want to make everything kind of nice and grand for them, and you know, we kind of go to the extremes to give them a place to live. So yeah, but over on the on the far side over here, just outside a shot there, okay, just where you can see that solar panel, there is a bunch of bricks. I'll show you that right now. So what it is, these bricks, they're supposed to go underneath the frog hotels. Now I missed my opportunity to kind of put them under there when I first remade these. So what I need to do is to kind of drain all the water out, put them in a kind of configuration similar to that, but nothing in the middle, and use the bricks that are underneath the frog hotels right now and these ones to make a sort of a square pattern to kind of eliminate any type of possibility for anything to go underneath them. Right now, if you'll see, it's kind of looks like it's floating under there, and yeah, that's not really what I was going for, but I didn't really pay too much attention to that at the time. I just wanted to get the frog hotels kind of rebuilt and done. But that's what we're going to do, is to get some proper seating, well, not seating, well, seating of the frog hotels under the proper bricks to stop everything to get going underneath there, including cane toads and just about anything else that wants to go there. Cane toads being the real problem. So anyway, yeah. So we've still got this little guy sitting up here. He just wants to sit there. I'm not sure why. They all do that. And I actually took a picture a little while ago of a couple of these frogs. I'm pretty sure they probably would have come out of this frog hotel here, and they were just coated in little bugs, and they didn't care. It's like they thought, well, I'm just going to sit here in the light and I don't care that all those little bugs are over here. I'm waiting for the big black one so I can kind of have a feast. So that's what they want. And they come out when the weather's kind of warmer and you know, kind of windy, and yeah, northerly winds come around, and then yeah, you've got some pretty good action. But right now, I'm really surprised the little guy over in the far hotel hasn't actually piked up yet. He's usually quite vocal. especially when I'm out here talking. What's the matter? You lost your voice. Yes, I can see you down there. Anyway, yeah. There's not too many other frogs around here right now. It's actually quite mild. Quite mild conditions. Nights not chilly, but it's not really conducive to getting a lot of frog activity. So this is kind of what I was afraid of. But you can't pick and choose these nights. You just got to kind of roll with the punches. Okay. Can you hear the water in those planters there? Because I can hear them quite loudly. I don't know if they can actually pick them up inside the microphone. Okay, so like I said before, the frogs kind of control the action around here. There's not much going on. That's what I was afraid of. But yeah, I'm going to leave them go. Maybe my absence will kind of spur them on. But usually, like I said, when I'm talking around one of them around here, he usually feels the need to interject in just about everything I say. But tonight looks like he's going to make a liar out of me. Anyway, I'll head back inside. I'll let this go, and I'll come back out in a little while. Alright, just went inside to satisfy my own curiosity about what's going on this stream, because I'd never really tapped into it to find out what's going on between my computer and the mobile phone camera. Anyway, what's happening is there's about a 1 minute lag in between what's actually gone on and when it actually comes through from YouTube. So, yeah, happy days. Hooray for low latency. Yeah, basically, all these little guys here, they are starting to poke their heads out from their holes, but they can be a little bit shy, especially tonight. Now, I'm not sure why. They must know they're on live TV or something. Who knows? But g'day to Daryl in Jacksonville, Florida, and another g'day to another international viewer, well, potential viewer. I had a chat with her on email a little while ago, earlier on this week. Grace from West Virginia, who's building a frog hotel based on the kind of things that I've made here. But she never really got to tell me what type of frog she's making them for. Now, these only, as most people know, they only suit tree frogs. Now, if you've got other ground-dwelling frogs, these types of pipes will not really suit. They'll go in there once, and unfortunately, they will not make it out because they'll just kind of sit there. They've got no way out. They've got claws instead of suckering pads. So, yeah, ground-dwelling frogs, toads, they're all the same kind of ilk, and they don't have the same kind of ability that tree frogs do to kind of walk up walls and hang upside down and do little acrobatics and whatever. So whenever they're doing anything at all, kind of like this little guy right up here. So, yeah, he'll just sit there for hours and, won't even bother batting an eyelid. If he hears something that sounds like it's a good bit of grub, then yeah, you'll get some action from him. But unfortunately, right now, you're not going to find anything because, as I said, it's one of those days where not very much is actually happening. So, yeah, you can't really pick them. Anyway, those two sitting in the back of the bin hotel here, they have not bothered moving. They haven't even moved a muscle. So they're actually quite fond of sitting back there, probably because of the shallow water and it's nice and warm there. And when it does get a little bit cooler later on, they'll kind of head back into the pipes, where I'm guessing the water is warmer than the air. So they'll kind of put about 90-95% of their bodies into the water, hydrate, and yeah, stay out of the cold air mostly, or whatever you could call cold air. So yeah. But there aren't any other frogs around here that look like they're going to come around. Just have a look at this way. Well, we don't have that many frogs, but I will say one thing about tonight. It's actually nice and clear, which is quite a surprise, because we've had a nice run of clear and dry weather lately, and I'm kind of waiting for it to to break. Nothing good ever lasts forever, but we've had quite a run of rain from last summer and before, and yeah, we kind of wanted to get rid of that. Now, usually what happens when you get rid of the rain, yeah, you get extended dry spells, and it never really wants to have a balance as such. So one day of rain here or there is not so bad, but when you have a lot of rain and not very much in the middle of dry conditions, then yeah, it doesn't do very much for all concerned, especially the frogs. They never want to come out of their pipes, which is a bit weird because they're wet weather creatures. They like being in the water, but they don't like rain and they don't like wind. So yeah, they like to go and hide in their pipes when foul weather's about. Either that or find somewhere else to go, kind of like under one of those gas canisters there. Got some holes at the bottom of there. Okay, so 3 concurrent viewers. That's actually better than I was expecting. I was kind of expecting this to be like a, dare I say it, a glorified answering machine. Just talking to myself. But thanks for joining, guys. That's good. All right, 50 minutes down. I think it's time to give the phone a bit of juice. Connect up the battery bank. So yeah, guys, feel free to leave a comment, drop a like or whatever you want to do. Just have a chat, and I'll get back to you when I get inside. And yeah, have a bit of a chin wag, bit of a brief conversation, if you like. It's all very intimate right now. There's not many people around. And maybe, just maybe, one of these guys will actually start talking. Okay, guys, so I'm going to let this go for about another hour or so. I'm going to try and call it quits at about 9 p.m. my time, so that's about an hour. So yeah, I'm going to be out here intermittently in between, just kind of checking on how things are going, and I'm hoping there might be a little bit more activity when I kind of disappear away from here. They were a little bit sus of me when I first built these frog hotels, but now they've become a little bit more complacent with my presence, and they don't really care. So basically, I just wanted to show you guys how they interact with each other, just kind of during the night, and it's really not that much different to how they would interact in the pipes. I mean, most of the time they're just one of the most sedate creatures you'll ever see. They're very sedentary, and yeah, there's not very much activity, not much action. But that's what I wanted to do, is to kind of show you guys what is actually going on around here at this time of night, just in case you're interested. And what I wanted to do is make another one of these sometime later in the year. Well, this is late in the year now, it's October, so what I wanted to do is make one probably sometime in summer, so December, January, um, and yeah, when the weather's kind of a fair bit warmer, the air's warmer at least, and the frogs are a little bit more active and feeling a bit more frisky. And yeah, they're kind of cracking their heads off, and yeah, that's what I wanted to try and get for you guys, because it's not always the easiest thing to do. You can't train them in what to do. They just kind of react. Very reactive creatures, and when they want to do something, it's on their own terms. So yeah, you just kind of got to roll with it. So I'll be back out here in about an hour or so, and yeah, I'll just join you intermittently in between now and then. And for those people outside of Australia wondering what the hell that noise is, that squawking, screeching noise, that's what's called a masked lapwing or a spur-winged plover. Probably the most stupid birds on earth. They're not protected, they're quite abundant, and they nest on ground. They very rarely actually go into trees that I've seen, but yeah, uh, they love to make their nests in paddock or long grass or something like that. So everywhere that predators can kind of snatch their eggs, and they can be aggressive and very um, uh, well, downright dangerous is what they can be, because you've got any small pets around that around plovers, then they can actually use the wing joints, the spurs and the wing joints, to actually gore them, which isn't something you want to happen. So it's probably a good idea to keep them away. But that's the things that can happen. They get very protective around their nests. So yeah. That's kind of what that screeching noise is. That's kind of breeding season around here. Thankfully, they haven't chosen our paddock or backyard to start breeding anymore, or making nests or anything of the sort. So yeah, they'll probably find somewhere else, or probably have found somewhere else already to nest. But yeah, this is kind of what Australia's like, spring and summertime, and I just wish it was a little bit warmer right now, because yeah, these frogs are kind of in a bit of a dopey state. One thing I don't like about this live stream interface is that the chat thing is in the bottom left of the corner. I'm looking at it on a horizontal screen, and it won't actually show up unless you hit the bottom left corner and look at the chat um, to see what's actually going on. But when you take a look, you've only got a few seconds before it just kind of fades away again. I don't really appreciate that, so yeah, that's a big thumbs down from me. But yeah, they're supposed to be making improvements to it. You know, I'm glad they actually got a flip around from the front camera to rear camera type of thing for mobile devices now, so that's a good thing. It kind of balances out a bit. Shut up. Stupid birds. All right, guys. So yeah, that's the stream pretty much done and dusted. I mean, like I said before, it was the frogs show. If you wanted something that's a little bit serene and kind of makes you want to go to the bathroom every time you hear the fountain uh, dripping water everywhere, then yeah, this is your kind of jam. But if you're looking for active frogs and lots of croaking and hopping around and whatever, sorry, this is not the night for it. But like I said before, I will be trying again later on to um, get a similar kind of result, only with a little bit more action. And that'll be sometime, probably, I'm thinking either next month or maybe December. And if the weather is agreeable, shut up, birds. Bloody hell. Um, if the weather is agreeable, then I will be doing that, and I'll be letting people know probably about a week out, about a week's notice or something like that. So if you're tuning in from overseas, sorry you couldn't make it. If you have already, thanks very much for watching, for joining the live stream. If you're watching this after the stream, then yeah, apologies, but like I said, this is the Frog Show. They only come out at night time. If I could make them be a little bit more active during the day, then I probably would. But they're very reluctant to get out of their pipes during the day. So night time is when they're most active, and that is kind of what I have to go with. And that's kind of what they want to do. And so, like I said, this is their show. If they want to put on a show for you, they will. If not, well, I have no real bearing on that. But yeah, like uh, I was saying earlier, this is kind of a bit of a nothing burger tonight, but I'm hoping for slightly better results next time. So stay tuned for that. I will be, like I said, announcing probably about a week out from when I'm planning on doing it, provided the weather's good. And yeah, I'm hoping I will have actually gotten to do some more stuff with the Frog Hotels between now and then. So yeah, I'll just take you through, just take you over to the frogs that are still out. I think they're probably going to be exactly the same ones that were out here before. So let me just take you out the holster on the tripod. Disconnect the battery. Good. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this little guy's still asleep. Kind of sleeps up there. Don't know why, but they just do. So there's one that crawled in here before. You might be able to see him in there. It's too dark, and I think he's way too far down the hole. This little lady around here, she's a grand old lass, and she likes poking her head out, but doesn't really do much else. So I think I might see some action from her later on in the year. I'm hoping anyway. These two, well, yeah, they just want to sit there and be frogs. I don't know. There's not much I can do about that. But I will be hoping to kind of reposition how they sit and more around to the front instead of at the rear when I get to redesign this Frog Hotel. But there are some others somewhere down here. I don't think you will be able to see them. Oh, maybe. Hang on. No. And there's one there right there. Actually, there might be two. Yep. There could be even more. I can't actually put the light on to see what's going on, but I know there's more than one down there. Over here, well, we can't really see anything else what's going on around here anyway, except for one bloody great big mosquito. Yeah. Occasionally we'll find them actually going for a dip inside the water here, and that's what I'm kind of hoping for when it comes time to breed. It's kind of the season for it, so when it gets a little bit warmer, I'm hoping they will take the time and effort to do that. But until then, I'm just a surrogate frog dad. Anyway, yeah, that's about all there is for now, guys. So, yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll, there's me. I'm going to try and put myself in a bit more light. Sorry about that. So, yeah, God, I can never get used to the camera position on this thing. All right, so, yeah, right down there. There's the frog hotels. All right, thanks very much for watching, guys. Have a good one. This has been the big fella, and I'll catch you when the next live stream goes up, which I'll let you know when it happens. And I'll have to get a little bit more done with the frog hotels between now and then. Have a good one, guys. I'll catch you later.